All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Who Knew in the Moment, the podcast. Today, I am honored to have Derek Pratt on. Derek has an absolutely fascinating story, and you're going to get to hear the details of it. But, Derek, from model, actor to personal trainer, he's kind of done all of it. And then additionally, I think something that's really stood out to me that I think is really cool about Derek is he's super passionate about helping others become the best version of themselves. And that stems from his early ages to today. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. But Derek, thanks for being on.
Hey, thanks for having me. Your podcast is great. So, just honored and blessed to be on here.
Absolutely, brother. So to kick it off, as a young man at 5, you started in gymnastics, which isn't a natural route for a male, but it is a vital or an important thing in an athletic, kind of development of the body. So talk a little bit about that and some of the lessons you learned from doing gymnastics.
Sure. So I was actually that 2-year-old that was climbing up walls and jumping off things. And, I looked like I was about to break my neck way too many times. So my mom and dad decided, if we're not going to be able to stop you from being crazy, so at least we can, teach you how to fall gracefully. Yeah. So, my parents put me in gymnastics when I was 5, and that was the first sport I ever, started. And I could not be more blessed that my parents decided to make that decision for me. It taught me coordination. It taught me strength. It taught me flexibility. It taught me how to be a part of a team, but also really focus on myself as an individual. So it kind of gave me both of those aspects that are crucial in my life today. And, I had fun with it. And I'm very blessed that I have tools today that I utilize on the daily basis in my workouts that I learned from when I was 5, doing handstands, doing flips, doing crazy core work that, I'm able to do now because and it's even stronger. So, I'm like I said, I'm very blessed and thankful that gymnastics was the intro to my athletic career. So
absolutely. We'll go ahead and include the link to the YouTube channel where you can see some of these handstands and athletic movements to learn a few different workouts.
Definitely.
Now, as you progress, you end up getting a great opportunity and knack for football, and it's your freshman year in high school, and a coach says there's one captain spot left. Would you talk a little bit about that and, that opportunity for you in the high school career?
Yeah, for sure. So early on in high school, actually, I was recruited in 8th grade to attend a prep school. My whole family grew up going to Gloucester High School, which is the public school in my hometown. And I was very blessed. I didn't even know at the time. I had high school football and basketball coaches going to watch me play when I was in 8th grade. So I got a call from the school. I was already planning on going to Gloucester High School, and I was already starting to play football with the team and all that.
Yeah. And
then I have this incredible opportunity presented to me. So fast forward, I'm on the varsity football team at Pingree, and we only had 2 captains going into the season. The last, I want to say the last 2 weeks of camp, our coach gave the opportunity to everyone on the team. Whoever wants to put the work in, whoever wants to be that guy that people look up to, it's your time to shine. So I was recruited to go to this school. I low key took it personal as a freshman. That I was there for a reason, and I didn't care that there were upperclassmen on the team that wanted to be captain, because I knew as a leader and as an athlete that was my spot. So I did everything I could on a daily basis to kind of prove to my coaches and my teammates, because at the end of the day, it was a joint decision. And, I had upperclassmen vote for me as, a captain as a freshman in high school, which I have never heard of in my life. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only ones to do it. No one gives a freshman that type of leadership opportunities. And for me, I took it and ran with it. After halfway through my freshman year, I was getting big time Division I recruit from colleges. And then that kind of helped me really kind of lock in as a grown man when it came to the things I had to do to get to where I wanted to be in life. So I had to mature quick as a 14-year-old captain, leading. I went to a prep school, so leading 19-year-olds, to victory. And that actually led to me becoming the varsity basketball captain as a sophomore. So as a sophomore in high school, I had already been the captain to varsity sports teams. So, it's just, I have that different mentality that, people, you're not born with. It's something that you develop, and, it's low key, just kind of, I credit my parents for it. They, every day of my life, they told me I could do anything I wanted with my life. And they told me anything is possible as long as I believe in myself. And, a lot of kids will take that and run with it. And I know I did for sure. So, for me, being the captain at 14 is expected for the way I hold myself accountable in my life, and, how I want to be remembered when, my book's on, when my story's over. I'm trying to write the greatest novel of all time with my life. So that's just what it is, and we got to start young.
That's
Can't
right.
wait.
That's right.
Tomorrow's
Now,
not guaranteed, man. So
facts. Yes. Now, with your dad, I know he played Division I football or athletics. And so
he did.
just with that, I mean, sometimes you get that paradigm of the dad that like pushes you so much that you don't even want to do it. And sometimes you get the dad, or, maybe it's the kid, right? That's just open to the coaching. How much of a role did your dad play in, helping you develop and grow as a young person into, your high school years?
I will say that my parents equally
Okay.
they equally had a fair what am I looking for? They affected my life different in high school, both of them, because my mom was a disciplinarian, believe it or not, and my dad was low key a good friend of mine. Still is. He's one of my best friends of my life.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, my dad was my coach. Started coaching me real young age, and I was actually blessed. He coached me in high school football and basketball.
Oh, cool.
And I will not lie, when I was at practice, when I was at games, that man is intimidating. You do not want to disappoint him. He's yelling, he's loud, he's motivating, he's everything, that I strive to be when I get to his age. I'm a mini version of him. So I know that, everything he's doing as a coach, it's very important. So as a coach, he was huge. He helped me get, Division I scholarship offers. He helped me, get this mentality that I have today, when it's just basically hard work and manifesting your life. And my dad is the prime example of that. Him and my mom had my brothers when they were 17 and 18. They've been together since they were 13 and 14. They've been married since they were 17. Like, my dad played Division I college football, worked and raised a family of 3, graduated in 3 years. Like, this man is a superhero to me. Yeah. But on the other aspect, my mother, if you ask me who I would rather get in a ring with when I was back in the day or now, I'd rather fight my dad, who was a Division I middle linebacker. The dude is a beast. He's an animal. He would knock out anybody who stood in front of him. Still, I'm choosing my dad to fight over my mom. She is a different person. This woman, I was afraid to go home, at night if I was out 5 minutes past my curfew type of thing. So, the two of them combined created this little motivational monster that you see today. And, their combined of parenting was so crucial for the way I am today. And, I'm very blessed, because first thing they taught me is to respect other people, treat other people how you want to be treated. And, it prevented me from growing up and being an arrogant asshole. Sorry for the language, but, there's a lot of people who, are talented. They look good. They're in incredible shape, and they look at themselves, as king shit. Mm-hmm. Me, I don't look at myself in any other way, but, I want to be better than I was yesterday. That's my whole motivation. That's it. I see people on the daily on my Instagram who want to be better. And my focus is to help them see that superhero that we all have inside of us. Yep. So if I can help them see that in themselves, me personally, I feel incredible. But if I have people who, are doubting themselves on the daily and they're not doing what they're capable of, that genuinely hurts. And I like, even if I don't know you. So I credit my parents for, giving me that type of heart almost. And my brothers are the same way. They're incredible humans. Just good people first. So
yeah.
So
would you talk a little bit about the, comparing yourself to someone else can be motivating, but oftentimes it deflates what you've been able to accomplish. Talk a little bit about comparing yourself to the previous you or to the yesterday you and how that intrinsically motivates you.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I tell everybody, don't look, like, for instance, my Instagram. Don't look at my Instagram page and use that to compare to your life, because my Instagram's a highlight reel. Even the pictures you see me with my shirt off, I'm moving that lighting up a little bit, so you get to see the abs pop a little more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, there is nobody who is just taking a picture, putting it on their page, doesn't look at it, doesn't study it. I mean, do not compare your life to other people. Period. Whether it's social media, whether it's what they do for work, because that's their life and that's their path, and that's what we were chosen to do. And we are all capable of so many incredible things, but when you're over there trying to replicate my life, you're not going to be doing it smooth, because I'm doing this because it's smooth to me. It's my day to day. It's what I do to get better. And the only time I'm comparing yesterday to today is so I know, all right, I'm going to work harder today and be a better version of me. But I'm not looking at the past, looking at, oh, my ex-girlfriend's doing this, or my friends they just got this new car, or like, no. Because you're doing that, you're living outside your bubble, you're distracting yourself from your own success. And that's really, it's counterproductive. Yes, it's cool to see what other people are doing, and it's cool to see how talented and how extraordinary people are in this world, because we're all limitless.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this mindset. It's what takes people from sitting on their ass and thinking about cool things. And if you have this, boom, you're already manifesting what you're doing tomorrow, and you're gonna do it. Period.
Yep.
So I do not like people comparing themselves to anyone, even when it comes to food. Easiest thing in the world. I could be eating the same thing as you every day, right?
Yep.
Your body and my body, they're gonna react night and day different. You might gain 10 pounds, I might look better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You never know. And it's the same thing with your day-to-day life. It's like, the way you want to live, go that route. Just instinctively listen to the world, manifest it, and boom, go do it. If you're seeing me and you're like, oh, that looks cool, maybe I should go do that. No.
Yeah.
That's you know what I mean? Like, that's my life. I'm doing this shit because it's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yep.
But when you're trying to manifest things that I'm doing for you, it's like, no, that's not how life's supposed to be. We all have passions. We all love different things. Different things motivate us. Different things inspire us. And I really just want to credit people and motivate people to do some soul searching. I had a really tough end of 2020. I went through a breakup. I lost a job, but luckily, real quick, recovered and made a better situation for myself.
Yeah.
I ended up moving. I've moved 3 times this year already. Like, you cannot think too far ahead, and you cannot compare your life to what the next person's doing, because you're going to go crazy, and you're not going to be able to actually be successful in what you want to do, because it's what I'm doing, not what you want to do. So
That's good.
I want to tell everybody, just follow your heart, period. If you didn't grow up hearing every day you can do whatever you want with your life, listen to me. My parents told me every day, and it's true. We're all superheroes. It's just some people choose to unlock those powers. Others, they watch other people unlock their powers, and it's sad, but it's true. So, I want to be that guy that helps people see what really is inside of them.
Absolutely.
So, I'm starting out with my man Andre, and just trying to utilize that platform to kind of get as many people following my message as I possibly can.
Yeah. No, that's so good. That's good. So getting back to your story. So you had over 30 Division I scholarships. And so, it seems like it's this fairy tale story, right? I mean, a guy's a 4-year varsity football captain, got 30 plus D1 scholarships, has his pick where he wants to go. And then something happens.
Yep. Yeah, probably. I can honestly say that was top 3 hardest days of my life. And the craziest part, it's, I have 3 touchdowns. I had probably, I want to say, close to 200 yards.
Yeah.
It was a close game, and, all eyes are on me. And, unfortunately, the universe doesn't always want to hand us things.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately that day I ended up blowing my knee out. ACL, MCL, PCL, meniscus. I was a 6'2", 215-pound running back running a 4.4. And, I was planning on going to Notre Dame. I'm an Irishman. Fighting
Yeah.
Irish would have been a dream come true. But, that even to this day, those that little um, that little demon in the back of my head of the wife, but that's definitely one that because I've been since that day. So I'm a freak athlete, but you guys only see so much because I am really injured, and a lot of what I do on the day to day is maintenance on my body. So, but at 18 years old, having to call 30 Division I college coaches and tell them, "Hey, coach, my season's over." That was a very maturing day. That was a very humbling moment. Brought me back down to reality because, my senior year of high school, I was one of the top recruits in the whole state of Massachusetts. Actually, I was for borderline my sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school. But once that day happened, it was kind of like that was the first time I thought to myself, like, all right, maybe being a professional athlete isn't the route that I'm supposed to go down.
Yeah.
But I try not to plan ahead too much. Like I said, I try to let the universe work for me and follow my passions every day. Because I'm also a Gemini, and my passions and my instincts, they low key change regularly. So it's hard for other people to keep up with. But for me, myself, I just, that's why every day I say one day at a time. I'm starting fresh every day, but it's the Gemini in me. It keeps me busy.
Absolutely. Now, there's one university that says, you know what, Derek, we've seen enough. We believe that you could change some things around. And this university happens to have some familial ties.
Yeah. So low key, like I said, universe, gotta listen to it. Well, my dad was a linebacker at the University of Maine. This man was a problem on the football field, and definitely one of my biggest idols growing up and to this day. And ironically, this man was number 43 when he went there, and changed to 41. And I actually had the same opportunity. I went and visited the University of Maine after my injuries. My dad came with me, and the head coach, Jack Cosgrove, in a meeting with my dad, just puts a scholarship in front of me and was like, "Hey, listen, we want you just like your dad, to be a part of this Black Bear family, and we would love to make it official today." And I'll never forget that moment. I looked to my right, I saw the look on my dad's face, and it was just that moment right there was it. So it was something he knew that he really didn't expect for me to follow in his footsteps and go there because I had, the Notre Dames of the world, I had you. So like all these big schools were calling me from day one. So it was just low key. I think he was more proud of me going to UMaine than he would have been if I went to Notre Dame. And it was cool because like my mom went there. My brothers were raised there, their first 3 years on this earth.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was only right to, complete the circle, go up there, let my dad watch me play in his old uniforms. I literally wore the same numbers as him, played the same position as him. So it was surreal.
Yeah.
It was, the world, everything happens for a reason. And, you just got to look at things with a positive outlook and, that's just what happens. So I don't regret anything. I still have a little bit of FOMO from, possibly playing in front of 100,000 fans every night, but, I got to play D1 football free. I'm blessed to take that with me everywhere. So I wouldn't change anything for the world. And my path in life has just been so unique in general. That's just fitting for how the course is going. So
Absolutely. So post college, you decide, you know what, I'm gonna move out to Hollywood. I'm gonna become an actor. I mean, and there's thousands of people that have said this in their lifetime. And as you're out there and you start making connections, you met, I believe it was front management through your Instagram page. So talk a little bit about how that all came to be.
Yeah, so like I said, my life is definitely all over the place, and I was an actor from day one. I did all the school plays, starting in preschool all the way up through high school. I was that jock in high school who would go from football practice to theater. And I actually minored in dance and theater in college. So the entertainment world was always an interest of mine, and I just always knew that 9 to 5 was not me. And I've tried it. I'll never say I don't like to do something until I try it. And I worked for my dad for a couple of years in the insurance business, and not for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I graduated college, I decided LA was always. Sorry, I just got an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
I don't know if that messed up the filming, but hope everyone's okay on that end. Anyway, shoot, what was the Amber Alert messed me up?
I just moved out to Hollywood.
Well, yeah, so I moved out to LA, and I was doing that with the aspirations of becoming a Hollywood actor, and it was fun. I got to do some cool stuff. I was working through LA, was LA casting. I didn't have an agent or anything. It was just kind of getting my feet wet and just trying to figure it out, like a lot of thousands of people are doing in LA.
Yeah.
And one day I had a little direct message from the owner of Front Management, who is they're the top modeling agency in Miami.
Yeah.
And he just said he liked my look. He knew I wasn't a model, but saw potential in me. Now at this point, I'm like, you're crazy, man. I hated getting pictures taken for football, let alone let me go take my clothes off and go do some underwear modeling.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're crazy, but listen, this is a great opportunity. I ended up flying myself to Miami that next day. So he gave me the chance. I said, bet, I'm getting it. I'm going to take this opportunity and see where we go. Long story short, I turned into a full-time model for 6 years, like right after that. It was like, Front Management signs me. Boom. I ended up working with Bruce Weber right away. He is one of the top, most legendary photographers in the industry. I've shot a bunch of campaigns with him. I've shot a bunch of big fashion magazines with him. He's been a huge mentor in my life in general, but credit Front Management for, finding me, giving me that opportunity and allowing me to challenge myself and turn myself into a model, basically.
Yeah.
When I graduated college, people forget, I was a middle linebacker. I'm 6'2", and I was 240 pounds. When was the last time you saw someone like that walking in New York Fashion Week?
Never.
Wait.
Yeah, never.
I will wait. All right, now we fast forward. I got the taste. I got a little, I did a Versace campaign. I did a Michael Kors campaign. I did some big things off the jump, which I was like, you know what? I'm going to commit to this.
Yeah.
Got myself down to 180.
Wow.
I've walked in New York Fashion Week. I've walked in LA Fashion Week. I've been in Miami Swim Week. I've worked for all the top brands around the world. And that was after hearing everybody who I told that, hey, I'm going to give this modeling thing a try. What? You're not a model. You're not this. Listen, I wasn't a model, but I manifested it. Mm-hmm. I figured it out. You know what I mean? It was something I saw potential in. And, I decided, hey, let's give this a chance. Yeah. Which, it put the acting on hold, which is originally why I went to LA. But it opened so many doors for me. My connections, I've worked with the top video and photographers around the world in all the major cities. I've filmed a TV show in Greece, which I can't tell you about yet, but it's going to be on a major network. Like, I've been doing so much since the modeling game, and that was just a stepping stone. Because I know you see me now. I'm not really doing too much modeling. I'm working for very specific brands that I want to work for now. Before, it was just my agent would call me, hey, you booked this, you got to go there. Yep. Now it's okay. Now I'm good. I don't want to work for that client, or no, they don't pay me enough. But those are things that you work towards, and no one saw that out of me when I was starting off, which was the best thing for me.
Yeah.
I like people doubting me. Doubt me all you want, because you know what? Tell me I can't do something. Watch me where I'm at in a year. And you know what? You're going to be eating your words.
Yep.
So I would love to get a text later today from someone actually telling me I'm not going to be able to succeed in whatever they think,
Yep.
because that'll give me more motivation to do it. But, it was moving to LA was a crazy, crazy move for me. I did it by myself. Looking back, that was like, and it's funny just seeing the growth I've made. Um, you know, since then I've lived all over the place. I've been all over the country doing what I love. Getting paid to, shake modeling. That's just all because I manifested and I decided this is something that I'm passionate about. I'm going to work for it and I'm going to make it happen. So
Absolutely.
people, I'm telling you, I was the least photogenic person that you could take a picture of. I don't care if anyone thinks I'm handsome or if I have a nice smile. Anyone wants to disagree with me, I'm promising you, I couldn't smile when the camera was out. Anyone watch Friends? I was Chandler. He has the most awkward smile when the camera comes out. He's just like, that was me. So remember, you can do anything, because I was the least likely person to be a model you will ever see.
I love
So
it. I love it, dude. That's good. And yeah, and you hinted at some of the things you got to do. I mean, LA, Miami, New York, Ford Modeling Agency, Versace. I mean, a whole bunch of different things. You ended up signing with bodybuilding.com for a little bit and doing some things with them. And you also got to be a C4 Energy team representative, which was, once again, that's a up and coming and now a very well known, supplement brand and things like that.
yeah, so I am the type of person who, when I'm doing anything, it's got to be to the best and it's got to be with the best. So bodybuilding.com, they're the biggest supplement store online. So these guys, they actually leader for a few different monthly competitions that they had. So I was leading a group of people, trying to motivate them, checking in on their day-to-day workouts and all that. And that was kind of a good intro for me before personal training, because it allowed me to get the engagement and kind of get used to coaching people and, getting that positive and negative feedback at the same time. So, just it allowed me to really get that coaching aspect going.
Yep.
Because before that, it was more so me just being the team captain of all my sports teams and kind of leading the way that way. So bodybuilding.com was great. I worked with them for like 6 months. And then, I just had other opportunities come my way, like C4, for instance. So now I was actually one of the first people C4 brought on as an athlete this year and or last year. And, since then, we've been doing some crazy things. They've been bringing on some incredible athletes. And, I'm one of the only trainers that they have as an athlete on the team. It's me and Kevin Hart's trainer. That dude is a beast. I'm trying to get on that level. But basically, it's the two of us. And then it's just a bunch of pro athletes and like just really talented people. So, I'm honored to be a part of that group. Hopefully I'm going to get to link up with my teammates and, film some content. I obviously I do work with pro athletes on the daily. So, it'd be cool to link up with my fellow pro C4 athletes and film some content with them and, get some things going.
Yeah.
But being a part of these teams is pretty incredible. I'm actually on my way to the UFC gym in Costa Mesa. I'm about to do a Instagram live takeover for them. We're doing like a little featured workout today. So
I love it.
Yeah, man, always on the move.
I love it. Well, we're about to the professional athletes. There's one other thing that this is for like any kid that grew up in our era. If his face looks familiar, it's because it's been used as Kato in Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I can probably say this is my top number one coolest job of all time. I don't think anything's gonna top it unless they made me Kano in the movie. But to be honest, the game's probably cooler because I'm never gonna age in the game. I'm gonna be able to literally play with my kids, be like, yo, that was your dad.
Yes.
I'm gonna lie and tell them I was that big too when we did it. But they might have enhanced my muscles a little bit. That was more of like the middle linebacker, Derek. Uh, but yeah, guys, it was crazy. I'll never forget this. One day I'm sitting in my apartment in New York.
Yeah.
I believe I was eating lunch, and I just got a phone call from Ford Models, and they're like, "Hey, Derek, real quick, have you ever played the video game Mortal Kombat?" I'm like, "Have I ever played Mortal Kombat?"
Yeah.
Like, first of all, this is the most random question I've ever got by my agent, and second of all, of course,
Yeah.
and
Just respond with "Get over here."
yeah, facts, finish him. So, so they're like, "Yeah, well, it's been like a decade since they've made a Mortal Kombat game, and they want you to be the face of one of the characters." And I was like, "Hold on." It's like that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah. So we're flying you out to. I had to go to Chicago. I had to go to Warner Brothers Studios,
Yeah.
and we did that for the day. Took about 3 to 4 hours, but we did the whole facial recognition, dots on the body moving around.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, this character in the game makes every little expression I make. Like when I can't see very well, you'll see me do this sometimes. Like I'll make some squinting faces. Like this character does it. It's the creepiest thing in the world. So I mean, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a little creepy. I definitely have some crushes from my character. Some of the gamer fans are. I love them. I love them. They're nuts. I don't think there's crazier fans out there in the gamer world. Like, do you know how many fan pages I have of just Kano of my character? And
That's
I'll get tagged
phenomenal.
like 100 times a day in a Kano picture. I'm just like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but at the same time, it's a little weird. I've seen some questionable recreations of my character, so we'll leave it there. But
No, well, that's a pretty cool honor. And now, to your point, you said, hey, the last year's been just kind of a roller coaster of a year, good things, bad things, moving things. So right, you were in a role, you said, hey, that ended, and then all of a sudden this opportunity with a guy named Andre Drummond pops up. So talk a little bit about how things kind of came to a close and then how the new opportunity came to be.
yeah, for sure. So 2020 basically, was kind of me wrapping up a lot of loose ends in my life, and the year wrapped up tough. Like I said, I lost my girlfriend of 4 years. We broke up. We lived together the whole time. I lost a dog. I actually lost a dog with her, and also a dog passed away during COVID. So, and also I was just had a lot of unsureties going on, just work wise.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of stress going on, which I don't let myself get stressed. So I basically sat myself down like right before New Year's, and I was just like, listen, I got to make a change in my life. And at this point, I was pursuing an acting career, a modeling career, and I was training Team Gaga. So I was training pretty much a rotation of Lady Gaga's team, and that was cool on its own. But I knew it wasn't something that was going to be like long term.
Yeah.
So I just kind of sat down and had to kind of organize my life. And January 1st came, and I actually Team Gaga hit me up and said, she's going to be filming a movie this year, and unfortunately, they're not going to be needing my services as a trainer. And that was a big financial hit for me. I was kind of my apartment in LA was relatively expensive, and that was paying my bills pretty easily. So I panicked internally. It was a 24-hour panic. I was already thinking about fitness as my career choice moving forward. So then losing my one client who I was an exclusive trainer for, that was tough.
Yeah.
New Year's Day, I had a great time with my family. I'm home. You're just trying to, focus on the positives, manifest, a good year coming up for me. And, I woke up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m, had to use the bathroom. And I'm not gonna lie, I check my phone every single time I wake up or I do anything pretty much. And I had a direct message from a good friend of mine who happened to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers at the time. You know, Andre Drummond, who I have known for 5 or 6 years now through mutual friends. You know, he's an incredible human. He messaged me asking me if I was ready to start working with him. And I knew exactly what that meant. We had talked the year before about me potentially being a trainer. And, you know, it was crazy. Not even 24 hours after losing my job with Team Gaga. And it wasn't anything on me. It was just because they were busy.
Yep.
But, you know, I got this crazy opportunity to really go into the realm that I've foreseen myself doing, which is working with elite professional athletes.
Yeah.
The main reason why I didn't go all in as a trainer from the start is because I know the process it takes to get to where I'm at right now.
Right.
And usually it takes years in development and just kind of mastering your craft, meeting people, and just kind of going from there. You know, I'm blessed that I am a networker and that, you know, that's probably one of my biggest skills. So I already, before I was even a certified trainer, I already had all eyes on me physically. You know, people look at me physically wanting to be in the same shape I'm in,
Yeah.
but also people look at my work ethic and they're like, damn, like I need to get on that level.
Right.
So it's a combination of things that, you know, Dre has seen over the years.
Yep.
And he's an observer. So he knew that I'd be someone that would, you know, be able to get him to where he wanted to be. So he texted me. I had 2 months left of my lease. And I said, you know what, bro? I'm still home with my family, but I'm about to fly back to LA from Boston, pack my apartment up, 48 hours, 2 days. Did that in 2 days.
Yeah.
I moved all my stuff to Cleveland. And then,
Yeah.
you know, it was time to work. Now, mind you, Cleveland has their own strength coaches. They have their own personal trainers. But, you know, Dre being a superstar athlete is very specific. And these guys, you know, they're not focused on just him. Whereas I wake up and, you know, my first thought in the day is, all right, what am I doing with Dre today?
Yep.
So it's different when you have that one person focusing on your day to day. And, you know, for me and him, you know, we just have that relationship. And the Cavs didn't appreciate that. So I'd be going on the road, kind of acting like I wasn't there, trying to duck and hide from the training staff. And, you know, they didn't like me very much, to say the least.
Yeah.
But, you know, they weren't getting to train the best player in their team. So it was definitely a little stressful going into the situation because, you know, it was a whole new environment for me. I've never trained a pro athlete in season before. You know, so there were a lot of variables going on. And then, you know, a few weeks later, my boy gets shut down, which I've never even seen it happen before. So the Cavs just straight up stop playing him. They're like, all right, you don't even have to go to don't go to the home, away games. Like, we're not traveling anymore. We're just working out. And when I tell you, this man worked his ass off.
Yeah.
Every single day. It was just crazy. It was motivating. It was just a surreal experience to be around. And then the fact that we went and dealt with that BS for a month just to end up back in LA. I mean, shit. When I tell you the universe works for you, just be a good freaking person. I didn't want to leave LA.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was back here in 3 months. So, you know, now I'm training not Andre Drummond, the superstar center for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who half the country don't even know exists. It's like, no, I'm working with the Los Angeles Lakers, the #1 franchise in basketball. Like, I'm not only working with Dre on the Lakers, but like I'm in the weight room with Mike Messier, who is LeBron's trainer. Like, I'm out here seeing what he's doing with LeBron James, who is one of the GOATs to ever play basketball.
Yes.
And it's just like, I am a sponge. I'm appreciative. I am just taking everything in and just one day at a time with it, because, you know, you never know where I'm, like I said, a year from now, I utilize this and I take it, and, you know, who knows where I could be. And that's stuff I tell myself every day, but I try to live in the moment of day to day. But being in this Lakers organization is crazy. You know, it's just, I feel like we went a whole another league up from where we were at before.
Yeah.
And, I was blessed to, while I was working with Dre, train Cheyenne Parker, who's
Oh
one of the
yeah.
top power forwards in the WNBA. I was got working with Trevor Ariza before he signed with the Miami Heat. I mean, like and not every day type thing, but like these are people who I'm getting to be in the gym with, and I'm getting to really just like kind of absorb, like, all right, this is my clientele now. Like
Yeah.
that's it. I'm only training pros, and that's pretty much what I foresaw myself doing from day one. So, like I said, I just manifested that, and I'm not gonna lie, I got certified officially. Like I was illegally training. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but now that I'm certified, I went from being not certified to being a master trainer, getting 3 certifications in 3 weeks from
Wow.
ISSA. And these are 10-week courses that I was passing in like, 48 hours and
Yeah.
just grinding. But you know, that's just what it is. So I
I love
haven't
it.
even been a certified trainer for a full year yet, and I'm working with the Lakers. So let that sink in, people.
I love it. It's the power of connecting and, like you said, networking and just making connections and being a good human, right? I think that goes a
That's
long
it.
way.
If people ultimately, if someone likes you and they see value that you bring to their life in a good way, not in a way that they would use you, they're gonna want you around.
Yep.
So be a good person first. Make sure you have that like ability that people can tell like you're genuine. Because don't just be a yes man. Like
Right.
that's the biggest thing I wanted to like say. Like, yeah, it's easy to be a yes man and try to be likable, and people can kind of see through that. But if you're genuine, you give real feedback to your friends and these people who ask for your genuine opinion. Be real. Sometimes the truth hurts, but
Yeah.
it's better for you in the long term. Um, it's just we're out here. I'm out here trying to help people grow every day, and killing people with kindness is huge, but also being 100% with them and telling somebody what it is, no matter what the situation, because people appreciate honesty and
Yep.
people need honesty in their life to grow. So that's kind of my whole thing. And I think me and Dre, we just connect on that level where it's just that attraction, and it's more so the mindset, and then the rest just kind of goes from there. And believe me, I am one of the like most knowledgeable people in the world when it comes to working out. So he definitely made a good decision hiring me. But at the same time, it all starts in the mind.
Yep.
So that's just where it is.
I love it. Well, Derek, as promised to the group, it was going to be a fascinating story. You are the man. I appreciate you sharing some time with us, and thanks again for being on. And we'll have to do another one in 2 years and see where life's taking you in the next 2 years.
Oh, big facts. Hey, like I said, appreciate you having me. I mean, it's an honor to be able to tell my story. So I hope you all enjoy it. And yeah, I'm down for round two anytime you want, brother. And if you're ever in LA or if I'm in your city, hit me up. Let's get a workout in.
For sure.